Hey, what's up, YouTube family? It's Classy Chick back with another video, and right now I'm going to be reacting to a short clip of Kanye West. I never got to react to the clip, right? It's been out for a little minute, but let's go ahead and get into it. Let me know what you all think.
At one point, yay, we hear, and this is all you. We hear, Jesus is king. We hear this, but that's all you. Then there's sometimes you just want to say, man, not it, but you just want to say, man, this is what I'm feeling right now. Are you in that space where you're comfortable enough to say, this is where I am right now? I'm still a man of God. Jesus still is king, but this is vultures right now. This is where I am.
It is, but I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands.
Let me stop right there. Right. Do we have issues with Jesus? Respectfully and honestly, I would say all of us do. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of what it is. And in all honesty, right? Like I've been, pretty much in church all of my life, right? I go through issues with God myself. You know what I mean? Or I would let me reword that. I would say that I had those moments of doubt or those moments of throwing a temper tantrum, so to speak, right? To where it's like, ooh, I'm mad at God and I'm not going to talk to God for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, and I'm just not going to talk to God, right? Because at the moment I'm throwing a tantrum, you know what I'm saying, and that's just the reality of it is, and I'll be honest in saying that. Again, it's just a moment, though. At the end of the day, I know who God is. I know, that God is, the answer to all of my problems. I know that God is, it's nothing really to do with God, and it's everything I'd say to do with me, right? And it's, just me having my reaction and, my moment of throwing a tantrum, so to speak. And it's due to my immaturity, it's due to my, not having patience, not having, being patient enough to allow God to do what it is that he's going to do, right? He's not slack concerning his word. So everything that God promised you, he's going to do. Whatever it is that you're looking for or desiring for, God will give to you. He'll give you the desires of your heart, right? But we should also consider what his will is for our life, right? And at the end of the day, like I said, I had those moments. We all do, right? Of, kind of having that doubt or throwing out temper tantrums or throwing our hands up in the air and being like, yo, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? But there's always that reconciliation. I'm not so far gone, or I'm not so stupid to be like, yeah, I'm done with it and just be done with it. No, 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 no. I really love God too much. It's just a moment. I'm sorry, Jesus. Putting things in our own hands is never a good thing for us to do. It's never the answer. It's never a good thing for us to do. And I found myself so many times in that situation of, getting frustrated with God and, me not seeing the results, the things that I want or, whatever it is. And it's like, yo, I'm about to go do it on my own, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to go get it. Well, this one thing I am is I'm a go getter. Like, if it's something that I need, I'm just gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? Legally, obviously, right? But where that has led me is nowhere, right? And I've ended up in, in so many situations of, I would say setting myself back due to putting things in my own hands or thinking that I got it, thinking that I can do it without the Lord. And it led me nowhere. If anything, it put me back, right? So that's never a good thing for us to put things into our own hands and think that basically we can play God or that we have a better solution on what we should do more than God does, right? So God is the only one that can see afar off, right? So it's never a good idea for us to put our trust really in ourselves.
Like a lot of times I just feel like in our society in America, people, Christians, we depend on Jesus so much that we won't put the word in ourselves. And the main thing that really that I don't rock with is like, it's just always like, I'm gonna pray for you. And it's just like, you can actually physically do something yourself too, more than just pray. And we're so in this mentality that that's all that needs to happen. But
Well, yeah. Faith without works is dead, right? So if there's physically something that I can do, say, to help a brother or sister, like it's kind of, it would be kind of stupid for somebody to come, asking for food, or I'm hungry right now, and me being like, yeah, I'm gonna pray for you, when really I got $10 in my pocket. I could just go to McDonald's and get you something to eat, or I can go to Walmart and get you some groceries, right? So there are literal things that we can actually do in real time to help a brother or sister, in their time of need or whatever it may be. So I do agree with that, but on the flip side of that is, yeah, we do need to still pray about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can go and I can purchase you, the $10 hamburger right now. But yeah, I'm gonna actually pay for the hamburger. You're gonna eat at this moment. But what's gonna happen a couple hours from now? What's gonna happen on tomorrow when you're hungry again? Right. So no, I still need to pray for you. I need to pray for your strength. I need to pray for your mind, pray for you, what I'm saying, that God, keeps you, that God, you know, um, will restore you. There's still prayer that needs to happen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So y-
we ain't we ain't praying our way out of prison. We ain't praying our way out of the abortion clinics. We ain't praying our way to get our land back that was always ours after gentrification, after the Harlem Renaissance and Black Wall Street was burned to the ground. Them prayers ain't working. We have to apply actual physical building partnerships, and it don't start unless we could really be real with each other and say, this is what I did, this is what I did. Like, I mean, look at this. I know I'm not gonna third rail your interview, but look at the power of what happened when me and Kyrie was on the same page. See, that's what's scary. But what they do is they put us each in a silo and say, your grandmother gonna lose her crib, and this gonna, you know how many threats we've been dealt with? And I didn't pray my way through them threats either. I had to get up and do it myself. I had so much to do, I ain't had time to pray.
and that is the end of the video. And to that, I would say prayer is always emphatically 1000% the answer. Prayer is always needed. And if we ever get to a place in our lives, in different situations, or even a level of success or whatever it may be, to where prayer is not our basis, then that's when we begin to lose control. We begin to lose a sense of self, as we see on so many occasions of Kanye, kind of spazzing out or doing what I guess maybe that is his way of controlling the narrative, or being his own God in that moment and taking control of the situation, is to maybe spaz out and get the attention of the people, or whatever, he's choosing to do. But at the end of the day, prayer is our basis. We need prayer. Prayer is our gateway and our connection with God. It's the way that we get answers from God. It's like, we cannot do or live a life of not prayer, if that makes sense. Right. So obviously there's still, a lot of growing, clearly, obviously, that he needs to do within his walk. I wouldn't, sit there and demonize him and say that, he going to hell or whatever like that. No, there's some growing that he needs to do. He needs the right people around him in order to guide him and steer him in the right directions. Having yes men is not going to be the answer. Having people who, even agree with everything that you say and do is not the answer, right? You need opposition. You need people to see things that you don't see. So you need good spiritual guidance, good, spiritual brothers and sisters to be able to kind of rally around him, but also pray for him, that he, comes back to Christ. So I hope you all enjoy that video, that quick clip. Definitely drop a like down below and consider subscribing. You all have a good day. Peace.